Thus spake Mirwaiz by Dr. Nazir Gilani Hurriyat, M. Chairman, Mirwaiz Umar Farouk, has said, he would try to convince Organisation of Islamic Countries, OIC, to play constructive and influential role in resolving Kashmir dispute. OIC is meeting for its 38th annual conference at Astana, Kazakhstan from June 28 to 30. Establishment in Pakistan is always at the back of all the invitations extended to Kashmiris of any manner. How successful Kashmiri leadership has been so far or is likely to succeed at the Astana meeting needs a thorough examination. The fundamental character of these invitations is always the surreptitious interest of establishment to serve the domestic compulsions. Kashmir has continued to be a political football to be kicked around by the members of the deep state as domestic necessity might dictate or to keep one up on the elected civilian governments. Kashmiri leadership surfaced for the first time at the Islamic Summit in Morocco in December 1994. Leadership from both sides of Kashmir, which included Mirwaiz Umar Farouk, Maulvi Abbas Ansari, President of AJK Sadr Sikandar Hayat Khan, Prime Minister AJK Sadr Abdul Qayyum Khan, Syed Ulam Nabi Fai and the author were in attendance. Pakistan was represented by late Mirwaiz Nasrullah Khan, a senior political figure in Pakistan and chairman of Parliamentary Kashmir Committee. It is 17th year since the Islamic Summit of December 1994 and our leaders have failed to transport any substantive benefit for their people as adopted in Item 10 of the Resolution on Kashmir. According to this item of the resolution, member states, OIC, and Islamic institutions such as the Islamic Solidarity Fund and philanthropists are to mobilize funds and contribute generously towards providing humanitarian assistance to the Kashmiris. Hurriyat Conference continues to accrue a duty to explain to his people as to what has happened to the funds that would have continued to flow for providing humanitarian assistance to the Kashmiri people. If Hurriyat leadership has not been the beneficiary or recipient of any financial aid from December 1994, one needs to know whether it has ever asked Pakistan or any other member state of OIC in regard to the final disposal of any monies generated under the pledge made in the OIC resolution on Kashmir. And if funds have been transported in any manner for the humanitarian assistance of the people of Kashmiri, where is the result and why do our youth need to seek employment in police, BSF and other security forces? When 57 countries represented in OIC and many other institutions had pledged to come to the humanitarian aid of our people, it is disturbing that families of those killed in the last 21 years, in particular widows, sisters, daughters, mothers and orphans, have been forced to go for avoidable means of living. The various sex scandals that surfaced in the last 21 years in the valley should disturb all conscientious people in all walks of life in Kashmir. What would Mirwaiz do differently at the 38th annual conference of OIC at Astana, Kazakhstan to be held from June 28 to 30, that he has failed to do before is an important question. What would he gain beyond the pledges made in the Kashmir Resolution of Islamic Summit held in Morocco in December 1994 is another question. If our leaders continue to keep up this political hopping mechanized by the establishment, they would be guilty of indulging in a serious criminal luxury at the cost of the life, honor and property of their people. It is very unfortunate that our leaders failed to see that there is an urgent need to recommend corrective measures to treat the disease which is infecting the political system in Pak in particular and Gilgit and Baltistan in general. First and foremost need is to identify people on either side of Low Sea who have a vested interest in keeping the trouble going. Second and most important step is to challenge the government of AJK and the government of Pakistan for failing to honor their roles provided in the Azad Jammu and Kashmir Interim Constitution Act 1974. In fact, government of AJK ever since assuming a constitutional duty towards the right of self-determination in Section 8 of AJK Government Act 1970 has continued to play foul with the cause of the people of Kashmir. Kashmiri leaders, more so those from the valley, may have overdone themselves in accepting invitations from the Pakistan High Commission based in Delhi, Government of Pakistan based in Islamabad, OIC and from various NGOs. While at the same time it is unfortunate that they have yet to visit the jurisprudence of Kashmir case, in particular the Azad Jammu and Kashmir Interim Constitution Act 1974. According to this act, Kashmir government at Muzaffarabad has for the time being a principal duty to provide a better government and administration till the future status of Jammu and Kashmir is determined in accordance with the freely expressed will of the people of the state through the democratic method of free and fair plebiscite under the auspices of the United Nations as envisaged in the UNCIP resolutions adopted from time to time. Our leaders have involved themselves in a politics of comfort and deception. They travel across into Pakistan and remain airborne, with no or scant regard of their role in AJK and Gilgit and Baltistan, which embeds an overall interest of the state subjects distributed under 3 administrations and as a diaspora in many other countries of the world. A non-interest in energizing the constitutional roles of Pak and Pakistan governments in the cause of the people of Kashmir and keeping themselves ever ready to kick around Kashmir as a football for the domestic or institutional needs of the establishment is a classic example of betrayal and hypocrisy. It would be a service to those souls sleeping in the graves all over Kashmir and to others left behind humiliated, disgraced and helpless if our leaders start doing the needful from their own constituencies. I would suggest that Hurriyat leaders and others, who subscribe their faith in representing the trust of the people of Kashmir, study the constitutions of Pakistan and more so study the constitutional writ petition number 122 of 1992 decided on April 2, 1999 by the full bench of AJK High Court. It is reported at pages 70 to 96 in Pakistan Yearly Law Reporter 1999. JKCHR argued the case for 7 years and arrayed government of AJK and government of Pakistan as parties in regard to their constitutional duties towards the right of self-determination of the people of Kashmir. Much more important is the need for every leader to study and fully understand the manner in which Government of India has rested her case at the UN. Government of Pakistan has entered into a constitutional relationship with AJK government in the discharge of its responsibilities under the UNCIP resolutions. Kashmiri leaders and vigilant citizens of Kashmir have a duty to see whether government of Pakistan has been discharging these responsibilities or not. Kashmiri leaders need to renegotiate the manner of their involvement with the deep state in Pakistan and pledge themselves to remain on the side of the people of Pakistan. Our interest should be in the welfare of the Republic, its territorial integrity and like all other residents a loyalty to the state and respect for the Constitution and rule of law. Unfortunately our leaders have supported dictators in Pakistan and they remain far remote from the struggle of the civil society. Scared or blinkered beyond belief, for what? There should be an answer. Author is London-based Secretary-General of JKCHR, NGO in special consultative status with the United Nations and can be mailed at dr-nazir@jkchr.com.